to get my back blown out in peace. You think I got time to talk about a divorce that's a year old?
It started with whispers. Small, almost unbelievable whispers that slipped through social media like smoke, hard to catch, impossible to ignore. Within days, those whispers grew louder, swelling into the biggest conversation on the internet. Pierre, the quiet, focused actor known for keeping his private life under lock and key, wasn't hiding anymore. And standing next to him, her hand interlocked with his, beneath the flashing lights of 100 cameras, was none other than Teyana Taylor. For months, fans had speculated, debated, and argued across timelines. Were they together? Was it just a rebound? Was Teyana really moving on so soon after her very public split from Iman Shumpert? No one had real answers until that night. Because when Aaron decided to go public, everything changed, and while Teyana smiled gracefully for the cameras, somewhere else, Iman was pacing, eyes red, fists clenched, trying to make sense of what he'd just seen. What happened next would send shockwaves through Hollywood, and no one was prepared for the chaos that followed. Just a few months earlier, things looked very different. Behind closed doors, Teyana and Iman's marriage was unraveling. The red carpet smiles that once came so easily began to fade. Joint appearances became rare, and the playful posts that once filled their social media feeds slowed to silence. Fans sensed it. Something was wrong. 81st. Everyone hoped it was just a rough patch. Every couple has one. But then Teyana confirmed what the world had already guessed. They had quietly separated. Her statement was calm, almost too calm. There was no betrayal, no scandal, she said. Just growth in different directions. It sounded peaceful, mature, but behind that carefully crafted message, something else was brewing, because soon, one name began appearing everywhere. Aaron. Pierre. Aaron had met Teyana while working on a project months before her separation went public. People who were there said the chemistry was instant, palpable even. Aaron wasn't like Iman. He was soft-spoken, reserved, and deeply introspective. Where Iman was loud, spontaneous, and larger than life, Aaron was calm, grounded. The kind of man who listened more than he spoke. Those close to Teyana said he made her feel safe again, something she hadn't felt in years. But no one expected their connection to evolve into something deeper so quickly. When the first whispers surfaced online, Iman laughed them off. "It's just gossip," he told friends. "Teyana's doing her thing, and I'm doing mine." But then came the photos, grainy. Late-night images of Teyana and Aaron leaving a restaurant together, laughing. Her hand brushing his arm as they shared an inside joke. The internet exploded. Within hours, every blog, gossip page, and fan account had the same headline: Teyana Taylor and Aaron Pierre, is it official? From that moment, everything began to spiral. Iman tried to act unbothered, but behind the scenes, cracks began to show. He started posting cryptic messages, quotes about loyalty, betrayal, and being replaced. Fans thought he was just venting, but when he suddenly deleted everything from his social media, it was clear something was deeply wrong. Privately, Iman was calling mutual friends, asking questions, demanding answers. He couldn't believe what he was hearing. The woman he'd built a family with, the woman he'd once called his best friend, was now in someone else's arms, and that someone was a man he'd met before. A man he never once considered. Competition. And that's what broke him. Fast forward to the night that changed everything. Aaron and Teyana arrived together at a private industry event there. First public appearance as a couple. They weren't hiding anymore. Cameras flashed as they walked in, hand in hand. Teyana looked stunning in a sleek black dress, her hair pulled back, her smile soft but guarded. Aaron stood beside her, composed, protective. They looked happy, peaceful even. But when those pictures hit the internet, peace was the last thing that followed. Iman saw them. And according to people close to him, that was the moment he lost it. He began pacing his apartment, replaying old memories, how they met, how they laughed, how they once promised that fame would never tear them apart. Now, all he had were photos of her with someone else. Later that night, fans spotted Iman outside a downtown club. He looked exhausted, eyes red, shoulders heavy. Someone recorded him pacing on the sidewalk, phone pressed to his ear. "I gave her everything," he said, "and she replaced me like it was nothing." That single clip went viral within minutes. The next morning, social media was on fire. Hashtags like hashtag Team Teyana, hashtag Protect Iman, and hashtag Aaron Pierre flooded timelines. Some defended Teyana, saying she deserved happiness after everything she'd been through. Others sided with Iman, calling her move too soon. But nobody knew that the real story was just beginning. The following day, Aaron decided to speak, but not with words. He posted a single photo, him and Teyana sitting on a park bench, holding hands. The caption read, "Peace feels good. Nothing more, nothing less." 3 simple sentences. But they shook the entire internet. The comments section was chaos, fans congratulating them, others accusing them, celebrities quietly picking sides. Yet amid the noise, one thing stood out. I'm in silence. For days, he said nothing. Then, one night, he went live on Instagram. His face was tired, his eyes heavy. He never said Teyana's name, but everyone knew who he was talking about. "I'm learning to let go," he said quietly. But it's hard when the person you'd do anything for becomes a stranger overnight. That moment broke the internet and broke hearts everywhere. People began to see past the headlines. This wasn't just celebrity drama anymore. It was heartbreak. Real, raw, human heartbreak. And in the middle of it all stood Aaron Pierre, the man who never asked for fame. Now caught in the storm of someone else's love story, Aaron had always been intensely private. In interviews, he rarely spoke about his personal life, preferring to focus on his craft. He was known for his humility, his focus, and his quiet strength. But suddenly, his name was plastered across every gossip site in America. Still, he handled it differently. While others might have hidden or lashed out, Aaron stayed calm. Whenever he and Teyana were spotted together, he made sure to protect her, keeping her close, shielding her from paparazzi, never making a spectacle. He wasn't there to prove anything. He was simply there for her. But Iman saw it differently. To him, every public photo felt like a dagger, every smile like a statement. It wasn't love, it was war. One night, things finally boiled over. At a private industry event, rumors spread that Teyana and Aaron were attending. Not long after, Iman showed up too. Nobody knows exactly what happened inside, but witnesses say he confronted Aaron near the entrance. The tension was thick. You could see years of pain in Iman's face. One source said, "He wasn't angry, he was hurt." But it came out as rage. Security stepped in quickly, and it never turned physical. But footage leaked of Iman being escorted out, shouting, "You took everything from me." That video went viral within hours. The internet couldn't believe what they were seeing, a once iconic love story collapsing in real time. After that night, Teyana vanished from social media. No posts, no comments, no statements. Fans started to worry. For all the strength she projected, it was clear she was breaking under the weight of it all. Weeks later, she returned with a single post, a photo of her daughter's tiny hand holding hers. The caption read, "She's my reason." It was quiet, honest, powerful. She wasn't proving anything anymore. She was choosing peace. Aaron stayed silent too, but insiders said he was helping Teyana heal, shielding her from the negativity, reminding her she didn't owe anyone explanations. He was her calm after the storm, but Iman's storm wasn't over. Paparazzi began catching him looking lost and distant, skipping appearances, dodging interviews. One insider said, "He's trying to move on, but every time he sees them online, it breaks him all over again." The breaking point came one night outside a restaurant. Teyana and Aaron had just finished dinner when they walked out holding hands. Across the street, a car with tinted windows sat parked. Inside, it was Iman. He didn't approach them, didn't shout, didn't move. He just watched. When they drove away, a bystander filmed him stepping out, looking up at the sky, and whispering, "It's really over." That clip spread like wildfire. It was raw, haunting, and painfully human. As the weeks passed, the noise began to fade. Teyana started performing again, her confidence returning. Aaron remained her quiet anchor, never stealing the spotlight, always steady beside her. For the first time in years, she seemed genuinely happy, and just when it seemed the dust had settled, a new interview reignited the story. During a backstage press moment, a reporter asked Aaron the question everyone else was too afraid to ask. "What do you say to people who think you broke up a family?" Aaron paused, then answered softly, "You can't break something that was already broken." Those 8 words changed everything. The conversation shifted from blame to healing, from chaos to closure. Iman later posted a reflective message of his own, admitting, "Love doesn't die. It just changes form." It was the first time fans had seen him at peace. Teyana released a new song soon after, a soulful ballad about letting go and finding yourself again. The lyrics hit differently this time. They weren't just art, they were her truth. In the end, this wasn't just a story about love and loss. It was about growth, heartbreak, and healing in the spotlight. 3 people once strangers became forever linked through pain, transformation, and the search for peace. It started with whispers.